So one of the thing that people have been thinking lately is reopening the workplaces and colleges, and today's video is about how to make it a reality. So this paper is from the New England Journal of Medicine, and here are the COVID patients with a viral load of from nasal swabs, throat swabs, and this is the aggregated CT values, and yeah. In the x-axis, you have the days of onset of symptom, days since the onset of symptoms, and in the y-axis, you have the CT value. So CT value is basically it is indirectly proportional to the viral load. So when viral load increases, the CT value decreases. So in this case, the CT value of 40 say has a much lower viral load than a CT value of 25. So to be more precise, a decrease in the value of CT value of 3.32, you have a tenfold increase in the viral load. So let's say you move up from 40 to 25, it's almost fourfold increase, which means 10 to the power of 4. The viral load increases by 10 to the power of 4. So by the time you reach around 20 or 15, the viral load would have been already increased to billions and even trillions. So that is something which you need to keep in mind. Okay, so now I'll just draw a graph so that you can understand it much better. Now in the x-axis you have time, and in the y-axis you have viral load or CT values. So as a person gets infected, the viral load increases exponentially and then gradually tapers off like this. So let's say the CT value here is 40, it is 35 here and 30 here. Now the thing about RT-PCR is it is a gold standard test, and it costs about 8,000 in India, 3,000 in India, and about $100 in US. And the time to get back the results is around 2 to 3 days minimum, and I've seen it take almost around 10 to 14 days also. So that's one thing that you need to keep in mind, and people cannot get this test repeatedly, and that's the problem with that, which I'll get back to it later. Then there is something called rapid antigen testing. Well, before that, I'll just tell you. Let's say the RT-PCR is the gold standard because it detects anything above up and above 40 CT values. Rapid antigen test is just about $1 to $2, which is a paper test. You just put your saliva there and it tests whether it has the viral antigen or not. So this $1 to $2, which roughly estimates about 150 Indian rupees, and the results you get back within 10 minutes. So that's one of the major advantages of this. And as it is so cheap, people can employ this test even bi-weekly or even thrice a week for that matter, and that's the major thing. And the sensitivity of the RT-PCR is in the low 30s. So people think that it is a problem 50%, but it's not a random 50% chance. 50%, as you can see in the graph, anything up and above the low 30s, the rapid antigen test detects. And also about the transmissibility, it is a much narrow range that we are actually seeing here, and the evidence for that is here, which was a paper published by the Korean government, where it actually says that any people who are the contacts of asymptomatic individuals are very unlikely to get infected themselves. So coming back to this, we actually see that the people we miss by doing the rapid antigen test is only these people below here, where uh, where the transmissibility is just too low or even negative. RT-PCR is called the gold standard because it detects the RNA particles of the virus. So even in a patient who doesn't have the virus, there can be some RNA fragments inside him, which the RT-PCR is able to detect. But the RNA segments that the RT-PCR detects is not capable of infecting any other person, because it actually needs the outer phospholipid layer of the virus for infecting the hosts. So by extensive testing, people can get this rapid antigen test in their home, and if they are tested positive, they can quarantine themselves without needing to go outside, uh, and they can the test will become more aggressive, and the infectivity will automatically reduce.